Hi again and welcome. This is day one overview video. In this video, I will walk through the learning arc for day one, highlight 3 new videos that have been added to the content that you'll be showing, and offer a new facilitation tip or things that can help you feel very confident about day one. Day one is all about grounding participants in the field of prevention, helping them understand the history, the science, and their role within. Our goal is to introduce to participants prevention as a profession, a discipline, not just a passion. This includes the foundation concepts that we'll cover, which impact their careers in prevention. We'll talk about the implementation cycle, which will be a new concept for many people. And we'll spend some time understanding the psychoactive impact of substances on the body. You're going to be setting the tone on day one for the entire training. So be sure to bring your energy, your clarity, your curiosity to the space. Many people may be new who are going through this training, or they've been through other trainings. So you want to emphasize that the next 3 days are all about learning, not a test. So let's jump into this here. I want to bring to your attention new content. The first is a video called The Natural History of Substance Use. This was a graphic that just provided speaker notes to presenters. We have turned it into a video, and it's actually one of 6 videos that you'll be presenting during the presentation. So let us go ahead and take a look at this together. I'm going to do a screen share here so that you'll have an opportunity to see the video. You can feel free to find this video series right on YouTube through Great Lakes PTTC. I'm going to show the natural history one, that way you can take a look at it, become familiar with it, and think about if you have any particular questions also. This graphic is the natural history of substance use provided by Dr. Zilli Sloboda. Let me explain what all you're seeing here. In the bottom left corner are the influential factors represented by 3 colors. The dark blue color represents personal characteristics of an individual. The green color represents our environmental factors, and the orange color looks at the pharmacological factors. In most circumstances, people begin their life cycle typically with no use. Although there are some extenuating circumstances, say a neonatal situation where a child is born with substances on board. But for most typical situations, we're not talking about that. In a general sense, we start life at the place of having never used. So the first transition is from no use to the initiation of use. If you'll notice, there are only 2 colors here, green, which were the environmental factors, and blue, right before you get to box 1. What you'll see here is that the green circle is actually bigger, and this is conveying that before we ever use, our environment plays a really strong role in the probability and vulnerability to initiating substance use. Here in prevention, this is where we do our greatest work. We focus on how to delay first use. We're hoping most people wait until 21 or later to initiate use, which is why our work focuses here. From box 1, people can either go to box 2, where someone says, you know what, I've tried this, I'm good, not interested, and they discontinue use. But then there are folks who move over to box 3 and continue to use, whether that's by frequency or adding new substances or varying how they take the substance. The connection between first use and continued use is between boxes 1 and 3. You'll notice there are 3 circles here. The environment is really still in the picture, but now our personal characteristics have kicked in. Why? Because we're using a substance. So for the first time, our personal characteristics like gender or genetic history begin to interact with the last circle, the orange one, which is the actual substance. In our prevention work, we do a lot of great work here too, and I encourage you to think about strategies we use to help people who are in box 3. The last box I want to think about is the connection for what happens after continued use. There are 2 places people can go. Some people end up in the top box, which is box 4, where they develop potential health problems. Or some people move right along to use that doesn't create any health problems. Now, it's important to remember and to state that the majority of folks who use substances are actually in box 5, experiencing no health issues. However, for different reasons and factors, there are some folks who end up in box 4 where there are health problems. What you may notice here is that the orange circle got relatively larger. This is the first time we're really seeing the pharmacological factors of the substance being used begins to impact a person in a very strong way. So the potential for health problems really begins to develop at this point. In our prevention work, I would say that our indicated and harm reduction work sits in the place between boxes 3 and 4. But the majority of the work that someone is needing when they move into box 4 actually moves outside of the scope of the prevention profession. Okay. So our goal here in building the video was to make it easier for everyone to get the exact same explanation of this model. Most folks will have never seen this. So after you show the video, you really want to take time. There's going to be a visual for you on the slide. There'll be a visual in the participant manual. And you want to take time to answer any questions, to kind of poke at it and go through it a little bit and really get people thinking about, as we consider prevention, where are the roles, where are the work that they see themselves doing right now in terms of their prevention practice? Does anyone have any experience passing someone off for a referral into getting an assessment, right, into box 4? But this allows for a really great conversation discussion. There are 2 other videos on that day that I won't show to you today. You can look at them, the one on ethnographic studies and the one that talks about the implementation cycle as a whole. Both of these videos are very straightforward. It was this first video that I thought could use a little bit more time and attention. Other key activities you want to be prepared for in this day. They will get to know each other. We will have at least, I believe there are 3 small group activities. A lot of them are focused in the discussions of psychoactive substances and their consequences, how they impact the body. But there is one actually on data and epidemiology, and if there are any groups or states who have an epidemiological work group. So there'll be plenty of time for discussion and conversation on this first day. In general, for my facilitation tips, I say set the expectation early. From the top of the day, encourage interaction and participation. Help people understand that this is going to be a rich discussion space. There are no wrong questions. We're here to learn together. It's important to normalize not knowing, because not only on day 1, but I guarantee you on day 2, people are going to hear some things they haven't heard before. And you want to normalize newness. You want to normalize even a little bit of curiosity and confusion, because confusion is the first step to learning. You want to make sure you have that. And most importantly, that I believe as a facilitator, you want to bring your voice and your story. Really dig into the content, dig into the speaker notes, find opportunities to incorporate your own personal stories, your own insights, because prevention is about people. It's about our experiences. It's about authenticity. And you have the opportunity to make that come to life. So that's it that I wanted to highlight for day 1. Remember, your job is not to lecture, it's to lead the learning. This day is about planting the seeds, trusting the material, trusting the process, and trusting yourself. I hope you continue to learn as you move through your day 1 content. If you have any questions, be sure to jot them down so that we can talk about them and they can be discussed in the context of your discussion guides or in your live sessions for more information. Thank you and happy studying!